Okay, we're going to dive right in. The first part of this module I'm calling Getting and Staying Organized, because there's nothing worse than getting halfway into something and realizing, oh crap, I should have done this a different way. So when I got into real estate, that was something that I wanted to avoid. I wanted to make sure that when I started, I got things set up the way I wanted to, things that were going to be set up the way that would make me efficient, so that I could work smarter and not harder. So that's what a lot of the videos that you're going to see in this series and in this whole course are focusing on is, let's do it smarter, not harder. How can I be more efficient, spend less money on other, shiny buttons that are going to do something harder than you can already do it, whether it's tracking mileage or how you're doing your paperwork and your forms, so that you can be more efficient, so that you can either spend more time with clients or developing clients, or maybe you're part-time and you're spending the other time, on your other job, working, spending time with your family and just having downtime. So being organized will definitely help you do that. So the first thing that I wanted to focus on is how to pimp out Google Chrome. I work with eXp Realty. They prefer the Google platform, the Gmail platform, because that's how they share forms and a lot of that stuff. So I had already used a Gmail account when I got into real estate about 7 years ago. So it was really easy to kind of keep doing, the same platform moving forward. So Google Chrome is pretty much the preferred internet browser that you use. And there are at least 6 different tabs that you want to open every time you open up Google Chrome. And that's what we're going to get to next. I am going to show you how I have my Google Chrome set up. I mean, this is a live look as far as what I've got. So I wanted to point out what all the tabs are, and even why I have them organized the way I do. So I just went through all 6 tabs. Did you see it? No, because I'm not including it, because I didn't have it switched over to this view where you can actually see what the bleep I'm talking about. Anyway, that is the nature of computers, right? So I went through the whole explanation on all 6 tabs, and you're just looking at my beautiful face the whole time. It is what it is, right? So anyway, redoing it, let me say that most important is your inbox, your email inbox. eXp is using Gmail and Google Chrome as a preferred platform because that's just how they do it. We have stuff that we get shared with files and forms and everything that's in Google Forms, Google Drive, all that type of stuff. So it's, if you sign up with eXp Realty, they really want you to have a Gmail address that you're using, because it makes everything that we're using seamless in the way that's going to happen. So the first tab, what's more important than email in today's day? I have no idea. as far as doing business, right? So you'll see I've got folders down the left, and we'll go over some of those. But I've got my email inbox as the first tab. You'll see that I've got 5 email in my inbox. I use my inbox as my to-do list, so we'll go into that a little bit, but that is managed down to 1 screen full. Usually first thing I'll do is catch it up from the day before if I haven't already. And then over to the right, you'll see my other right. No, this way. Oh, good gravy. You'll see my today's calendar view. That's important because if I need to know what I'm doing today, right? My wife will say, oh, how's your day? It's like, well, I don't know. Let me look at my phone. I'll tell you. So main view, you've got your inbox, and you'll see down here I've got folders set up to read. That's an important one, because how much junk mail do you get, right? So all this stuff that you're seeing here is stuff, I won't call it junk mail, but it's real important stuff I don't need to ever see. But in case I do, it's there. This folder I use to filter out junk that I get in my email that is work related, that I might want to see, that doesn't go to spam, right? So for example, signs, build a sign, 45% off, here's the email. If I decide I need to order a new sign, I want that 45% off. So I want to find the emails. So I have probably 20 different filters that move all of this stuff into this folder and mark it as red, because if it's in my inbox and it's one of those, like here's one, Cards Direct. Here's a perfect view. I use Cards Direct usually one time a year. I don't need to have it in my inbox. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to hit the three little dots right here. And I'm going to filter messages like this, right? I'm going to hit create filter right here. Skip the inbox, mark it red, and move it to my to read file, right? And any other ones like it, and then create a filter. So those 4 are now going to not be in my inbox, right? So there it is. It's gone. It's down here in to read, right? There it is. How beautiful is that? I get to keep it in case I need a discount code or if I want to share it with somebody, but it's not cluttering up my inbox. Mentoring and coaching. I also have personal stuff in here, like my daughter going to college. Mentoring and coaching. So there's files here about that. Emails that I get from our MLS system are automatically, I have filters that move them into Navica prospecting. Again, Navica is the name of our MLS. So that's going to move all these things into this folder. It's copy of emails that clients are getting about listings that match what I have them set up to receive. Those are all going in here. 1,793 of them. Obviously, I didn't put a, mark it as unread, but not a big deal. Emails about EXP from partners there, anything relating to EXP, anything regarding my YouTube channels, and advertising. I've got stuff here from our local board, our Chamber of Commerce, New York State Association of Realtors. And then down here, something real important, clients active, clients closed. If I'm working with an active client, I usually create a folder so I can dump all the emails from or to them or whatever in there. Here's one from some clients that they've actually closed. So I would edit that and move them from clients active to clients closed. And then it gets rid of them here in my list of active clients. Now, again, I'm down to these little details, but sometimes the details are what the difference is. If it's capitalized, that's usually listing related. If it's not capitalized, like sentence case, then they're a buyer. And that way, if I'm looking for something on a listing, I can go through and find that name right away. Okay? And then clients closed, all the ones within 3 years. In New York State, you got to keep records for 3 years. So I keep those emails for 3 years, and those are all the folders with emails for clients that have either bought or sold in the last 3 years. And then just a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff, whatever you find that you want to store unique to your business. But definitely having folders for your clients is going to make a huge difference, because the last thing you want to do is miss an important email because you missed it. Like if somebody with .loop, if they're signing an offer, I get an email for every form that they've signed. And if it's, 2 people signing an offer, then I've gotten 15 or 20 emails. I don't want to lose something important in the middle of those emails. And that's why I take those and move them into a folder to get it so that my inbox is clean and I know what I've got to do is still in my inbox. That's just how I do it. If you find that helpful, knock your socks out, right? Second tab is my weekly calendar. Sometimes if somebody's asking to schedule something, then I need to see a little bit more than just today. I need to be able to put it in context. So you'll just get an idea here. Some of my busier weeks. So you'll see here showings, final walkthrough. Whenever I do a showing, it's always what, who, and where. Show, capital letters, so it stands out. Show, show, show if I'm doing 3 in a row. Final walk. So I know what it is. I always put that first. If it's going to look at a property before I price it, pre-list or pre-CMA or CMA or sold or close or whatever. So that, the client's name, and then the property address. right? So I've got final walk, client name, address, and then I also put it in the location down at the bottom. I put it here. I put the address right in the event on my calendar, because then when I open up my phone, I can click and do turn-by-turn directions. Simple, right? I open it up on my phone, I click start, and I get turn-by-turn directions. All right. Jump to the end of the year, maybe December 31st or later. I'm getting my taxes ready. I will print out the agenda view of my whole calendar, right? So the agenda view is, I guess it's called schedule now. It's this view. I'll print that out for the whole year. And then I'll look at a given day and see where I went, and I'll go to Google Maps and I'll calculate my mileage and handwrite my mileage on that one. It maybe takes me, I don't know, usually the time of year that I'm doing it, I've got the time to do it. So however long it takes me. I can tell you last year that based on that, I had 10,723 miles deductible for business expense. Okay. And that was about a $6,000 deduction because I added the address to my contact, to my daily calendar event. I didn't have to buy some software that swipe left for business, swipe right for not business. Nope. I mean, granted, that might cost you $6 or $10 a month. I did the same thing, and I didn't have to spend $6 or $10 a month. That's the other point I want to get across is you don't have to spend extra money on all that other stuff, on that shiny button that will make it somehow easier, right? What if you forget to go back and to do the swipes on, was it business, personal, or whatever? Do you lose the deduction? Well, I can go back in my calendar as long as whenever I put a calendar event in, I always put that address in, or I go back and put that address in. Then I'm all set. That's easy, right? The other thing that you can get out of here, if there's a lockbox, I'll put it right in there. I just showed a lockbox code, but I know that property's closed. So I'll put the lockbox code right here in the calendar event, just in case I don't have the paper one, because I usually write it on the copy of the listing I bring with me. But that way I've got it. Well, why do you put the address up in the title as well as in the bottom? And that's because in our market, some rural areas, I might type in 69 Mason Street and I get to the place and it says Mason Street, or it doesn't translate the addresses, because that's kind of an issue in some areas here. So I put it in the title, and then I put it in the down in the location of the calendar event as well. That's just what I do. It works for me. Chances are, if it works for me, it might work for you. Okay? Any questions? Hearing none. Let me move forward. The next tab is my home screen to eXp Realty, and this is the logged in view. So I'm already logged in and ready to go if I need to open SkySlope, which is usually what I'm going in for. SkySlope is our transaction management software, and that's usually what I'll go into. Or if I want to give somebody a guest pass to take a look at eXp World, I can do that with the shortcut right here. But usually SkySlope is what I'm going in for, and I've already logged in, so it jumped me right to it. But if same with my MLS, have it save your password. Good gravy. I can't imagine having to retype or rethink what every password is to every site that we access in a given day. Just have your computer do it for you, but also have a password on your computer, so when it goes to sleep, you got to type in a PIN code or something to reopen it. Good security. So my inbox, my calendar, and my shortcut to eXp Realty stuff is on my left monitor. My right monitor, and why do I have certain things on one monitor versus the other? Because if I get an email over here on one side that, hey, I want to look at these 3 properties, well, I want to have that email up on one side while my MLS is up on the other one, so I can kind of look at the details in email and translate that over and do my work on the MLS side. So that's why my MLS is on the other side. Or even if somebody calls and they want to know about 123 Main Street, also known as 34 Pratt Street, one of my listings. Anybody want to buy it? So then I've got my MLS over here on the other side. so that I can work opposite windows. It's just what works for me. If it works for me, it might work for you. You're going to hear that a lot. So my next tab over here is my contacts. Again, it's all tied to my Google account. And let me just say, the reason that works well for me is I can pull it up on my computer. I can be working on my iPad at night, pulling up all the same information, maybe on my phone. It's all synchronized because it's all pulling from the cloud. All right. So second tab over on the right monitor is Google Contacts. And then the third one is .loop. .loop is the software that our local Board of Realty pays for us, which is a nice thing. And that's pretty much the standard software used for digital signing in our market. eXp Realty also has inside of SkySlope is DocuSign. Again, if everybody in my market was using DocuSign, then I would use that. But they don't, so I don't. I want to make it what's easier in our market, smarter, not harder, right? But just like we talked about. And then those are all my loops. Okay. So like I said, that's how I've got Google Chrome pimped out. That's really an important thing to do because, I just want to make it easy, right? I want to make it easy for me. I want to make it easy for you. Even though everything that we do is pretty much paperless, right? There are times when paper is important to have. And there's certain things that I like to have in paper because paper can be important to have, right?